Hello and welcome to Brooks Guitar Lessons. I am Bill Brooks. Today we're going to look at 4 versions of the first position F chord. So don't go away. The F chord is the chord that most people want to run and hide away from. If they can do anything other than play the great bar chord, they will do that. So I'm going to give you some options. So I've already shown you this is called the small bar chord, because it's called the small bar because it only bars the first and second string. So then you put down your second finger on the second fret of the third string. The third finger goes on the third fret of the fourth string. So this is the small bar chord. I'd like it to be called the mini bar chord, just because it sounds cooler. But if you're taking a test at Berkeley or something, or some music academy, you're not going to get any points for that on your test. The mini bar chord has the root, the F, and it has the A, which is the third, and it has the fifth, which is the C, and it has another F at the top. So that makes it a triad with a double F, with a double root. The great bar, I like to remember it by saying Great Barrier Reef. So the great bar F is called the great bar because your bar finger, first finger, goes across all of the strings. You're going to put down your, where am I? You're going to put down your second finger on the third string at the second fret, and then your third finger goes on the fifth string at the third fret, and your fourth finger goes right next to it, third fret on the fourth string. So that's 4 fingers that you have to put in place in rhythm, right, in time. It does give the greatest, most awesome sound with the bass, right? This is a little more wimpy, but this is, that's a chord, right? That's a grown man's chord. But there are not only that, there are other options. If you omit both E strings, the 6th string and the first string, so what do you have there? You have F major with a C bass. The open E chord there, and then you move those fingers up 1 fret, and then you just put your first finger on the first fret of the second string, and then you mute both the bottom E and the top E. You know how to mute because you learned how to play the C chord and you were muting strings that you didn't want to mute. So now I'm telling you to mute strings that you do want to mute. So then you play this, and it sounds like an F chord without barring. See, I'm not barring, but it gives the same effect, has the same sound as that. One more thing. So when I showed you the small bar, I said that there was a double root, right? There's the root here, and your third, and your fifth. What if we omit one of the roots? I told you already that there's a F here, and an A here, and a C here. That's the 1, 3, and the 5 of the chord. That is already a major triad. That still counts as being a chord. So we have to mute some strings. We have to mute the string, and then we have to mute there and mute here. And it sounds like... It still sounds like an F. So what situations are you going to use these? So when I'm playing in the key of C, open key of C at the first position, it takes a long time for me to get the great bar. So in that situation, I go to the small bar. It just works better that way because of the position that your hand is in. You're just moving your fingers over a few strings. And if you're playing a G7 and the open C, G7, C, F, it just works that way. What if I'm playing in the key of B flat? If I'm playing in B flat, all I have to do is put down my... I don't even have to move my pinky that much right here. I just have to wake it up and put it down on the 4th string, and then position the other fingers. And there you have it. And I think jazz was the mother of this 4-chord, 4 strings in the middle. Don't quote me on that. Look that up. Find that out yourself. But jazz musicians like to play the 4 middle strings without playing the top or the bottom E. They like to start to play their chords between the 4th fret and the 11th fret. And so that's why I believe that's where that chord came from. And I hardly ever use, as a matter of fact, I never have used this 3-string F. But if you don't get down your first finger onto both strings, then you are in essence using this F. If you're just muting the first string. Okay, thank you for watching this video. I hope that was informative for you. Keep in mind that these 4 chords are just like using a Swiss Army knife. Not every situation is a screwdriver situation or a can opener situation. Not every situation is a nail file situation. Not every situation is a big knife situation. That's the biggest knife I have on this thing. And not every situation is a saw situation. So there are 4 options of playing the F chord. Music is all about creativity and how it sounds rather than whether you're doing it correctly or not. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, guitar class is dismissed.